Hey, how's it going everyone? This is the Anime Man. So, 2013 is almost at an end, and so we are almost at an end of another whole bunch of great animes from 2013. I'd have to say that 2013 was a pretty good year for anime, I presume. I mean, you know, if you've been watching anime all throughout this year, then you kind of know that, I mean, there were a lot of shit ones, obviously, like, you know, same with every year, but there were also a lot of good ones. So, today, I'm going to give you my personal top 10 anime series from 2013. Now, you guys would know that I watched a crap load of anime this year, like, probably more than last year, so I took quite a long time to make this list, because, I mean, there's 10 series, right? Top 10. I probably watched close to about 50 series this year, so that's like that's a fifth. I planned it out, and you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe I should, you know, make a list that would fit everybody else's list, but I thought, but this is my personal list, so if you guys have any problems with this list, which you might, I'm guessing, then please understand that this is my personal list. In fact, if you guys want to let me know about your top 10s, then leave it in the comments below. So, let's get on with my list. Number 10. At number 10, we have a series that is currently airing at this moment, but I thought needed to be in the top 10, only because I found it very unique, and I think a lot of people did too, and that is Aoki Hagane no Arpeggio. I think Japan has given us some pretty weird ideas for a harem. You know, like, we've had all sorts of different harems, you know, like, I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I think Japan is the very first country, and possibly the only country, that will ever successfully create a harem out of battleships. Like, what? I seriously don't know what this creator was thinking, but it's awesome. Like, it sounds stupid, but the idea is actually, I thought it was pretty awesome. I mean, you can't, you know, think of that kind of stuff, right? Like, you know, I'm gonna make a harem out of battleships, because no one else has done it before. And surprisingly, the story is actually quite good as well, and my attention was caught actually through the animation technique as well, because it is very 3D compared to all the other animes that we've seen. So I thought as well, it really fit the story and the characters, so that's my number 10 for this year. Number 9. Number 9, we have a series that is quite unique, only because it left a lot of people going near the start, and that is Sasami-san Ganbaranai. Now, you guys would know that I love stuff from Shaft Studios, and surprisingly, this is also made by Shaft Studios. But I mean, you know, looking at the story alone, I seriously think it was a very good idea that Shaft Studios took on this anime, because I think any other production company couldn't have made this series believable or, you know, enjoyable as well as Shaft Studios did, because Shaft Studios is known for really unique and really screwed up stories, right? I know when I watched the first episode of Sasami-san Ganbaranai, I was literally doing this and trying to process what I just watched. Like, it's one of those animes which is like, what the fuck did I just watch kind of animes? But by the end of it, you don't really care about what the fuck you just watched, because it's awesome. So if you haven't seen Sasami-san Ganbaranai, then get your thinking caps on, because this is going to take a lot of your brain cells to process. Number 8. At number 8, we have a series that I think aired during the middle of 2013, and me and a couple of my friends thought, this does not deserve only 10 episodes. And that is Mondaiji. This series, I think, only got 10 episodes, first of all, which kind of left me a little bit pissed off, because I was enjoying those 10 episodes thoroughly. This anime definitely deserved at least 12 episodes, if not more. I don't know why Japan does that 10 episodes crap, like, you know, especially with series that are good as well, like Mondaiji, because this anime is based off a light novel series, and if you guys know light novel series, then there are a lot of, you know, rom-coms, comedies, harems, those kinds of stuff. But this light novel series is the first, I think, that I've seen which is just purely action-based. Like, this is full-on action. Like, you know, I'd love to read the manga of this if it's out. I'm guessing it's out, I don't know. But this anime really kind of opened my eyes and went, wow, this is actually not a rom-com harem. What is this? Number 7. At number 7, we have an anime that I mentioned in a couple of videos ago, like quite a while ago, for last season's anime, and that is Danganronpa. Now, you guys would know I love my survival horror animes, and, you know, a lot of people have been suggesting all different kinds of survival horror animes, like Mirai Nikki and whatnot, which I have seen, by the way, so you guys can stop commenting that. But yeah, Danganronpa as well, much like Aoki Hagane no Arpeggio, the animation was just quite interesting. I think it was a completely new production company that did this anime. And just the way that they animated it was, first of all, they really replicated the game, so that was pretty good as well. but they also, I don't know, like the character designs, I find them really, really cool. It's that anime that does, you know, the over, you know, really weird character designs, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! With the tear style, but with this anime it kind of worked, especially with the animation style that they used. A lot of people have been suggesting that I play the game, except unfortunately I can't find it at the moment, so maybe next year, yeah? Maybe next year. Number 6. At number 6 we have a rom-com series that I think had one of the best protagonists in all of anime that I've ever seen, and that is Yahari One no Seishun Lovecome no Machigatteiru. Come on, if you like, Hachiman is just like probably the coolest protagonist I've ever seen. You can almost kind of say he's an anti-protagonist because he doesn't really do a lot of protagonist type stuff, right? Like he's, you know, if you've seen the, I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you've seen the anime, then you know what I'm talking about, right? But I mean, this anime again it's based off a light novel series, and you know, it's a rom-com, but it's really different from a rom-com. Like, it's not just any kind of rom-com, you know, harem kind of thing. Like, this actually involves psychology, like social psychology. The author of this series is probably, you know, some kind of social psychology specialist or something, because he opened my eyes up to all sorts of different social psychological ideas and thoughts, right? But yeah, that element definitely made this series, you know, very different and very enjoyable. Like, it's totally different from just a normal rom-com, and a lot of people did enjoy it, I found. Number 5! We go on into the top 5, and at number 5 we have, I think, a really underrated series. It had 26 episodes, so I don't know how people were not watching it, because I absolutely loved it, and that is Mushigyo. Now, I don't know, maybe it's something about historical animes that doesn't capture the eyes of a lot of people, but I actually really like historical animes, especially if they're done right. And this anime was definitely done right. I mean, it threw in a lot of fantasy elements, mind you, but that mix between fantasy and historical just really made this anime stand out. It's one of those really simple animes, like there's not too many, you know, plot twists and, you know, all kinds of, like, you know, complicated storylines and characters, but that simplicity really executed really well, made this anime very, very enjoyable. I actually heard a lot of people saying that this could easily become a mainstream anime, much like One Piece and Naruto, but the best we got was 24 or 26 episodes. I highly recommend this series if you like, you know, mainstream animes like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Fairy Tail, you know, all that kind of jazz. Number 4. At number 4 we have a series that, again, was really different. And I actually didn't start watching while it was airing, and that is Dansai Bunrin no Kuraimeiji. If you read my review on this series on my website, which is down in the description box below, then you know how much of an interest that this series caught on me, because I didn't actually begin to watch this until about the 4th or 5th episode here. And a lot of people were saying to me, dude, you need to watch this series, like, right now. And I was busy with all the other ones, and at first it didn't really look like something that was interesting. But once I started watching it, I was like, this anime was almost a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know why, I just really, really enjoyed it. Maybe it might be the story, or like the horror mixed with romance, mixed with strange hair fetishes. I don't know, it just was really good. And I guess a lot of people agree, because I have heard that there is going to be a season 2. Maybe next year, maybe the year after, but I don't know. But I really want to see a season 2. It's one of those animes that you won't appreciate if you haven't watched. Number 3. At number 3 we have a series again made by Shaft Studios, and probably one of the best works done by Shaft Studios, and probably one of my favourite Shaft Studio production, and that is the Monogatari series season 2. Now, if you guys know, I love the Monogatari series. Like, I actually adore it. I think the author of the Monogatari series is absolutely awesome. The way that he writes and the way that Shaft Studios has portrayed his writings is just fantastic. Again, this is one of those series that you won't appreciate until you've actually watched it. Number 2. At number 2 we have a series that will probably give me quite a bit of hate from all sorts of people, because a lot of people will probably be saying this needs to be number 1, not number 2. If you guys have already guessed it, it's Shingeki no Kyojin. And I bet you're thinking, what? You're putting this at number 2? How is this not number 1? Like, do you know how much of an impact this brought on society in general? Yeah, I understand that. Like, I understand people who weren't even watching anime were watching Shingeki no Kyojin. And I'm not saying that it's terrible. I mean, look at it. It's at number 2, right? That's not bad, right? It's actually the second best. But in my eyes, it didn't deserve number 1, I don't think. But I have to agree that the animation style and just the story in general is just absolutely awesome. But I mean, like I said at the start of the video, this is my personal list. I absolutely love Shingeki no Kyojin personally. But personally speaking, I don't think it deserves number 1. Number 1! And at number 1, the series that beat Shingeki no Kyojin down to number 2 in my eyes is a series that a lot of people hated for some reason, which is just stupid, because I think this is one of the best psychological series that I have ever watched, and that is Aku no Hana. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aku no Hana wasn't that great. The manga was better, right? Right? Everyone's saying that. But you don't know how much of an impact this brought on me, because for one thing, the animation style and the art style just totally brought this anime to life. I have read the manga as well, and I do like the artwork used in the manga. But personally speaking, and talking about the actual plot and the psychological, dark psychological elements of this series, I definitely thought the art style for the anime matched more than the manga. By throwing in a bit of realism into the characters and realistic movements, and the voice actors used in this series, which were just fantastic by the way, really brought this anime to life. And luckily there's going to be a season 2 as well. It has been announced, but no one actually knows when it's going to be aired. Hopefully next year, because I really want to see this. While Aku no Hana was airing, it was just a series that I thought was seriously underappreciated. I mean, I heard a lot of people saying that they dropped the series straight away because of the artwork, which I think in my eyes is just stupid. If you disagree with me, then go ahead and disagree with me, but this is, like I said, this is my personal list, and I'm not going to back down from Aku no Hana. There you go, that was my top 10 series for 2013. Did you agree or did you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Give me your top 10 and your thoughts on my list. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Please don't go spamming, Shingeki no Kyojin should have been number 1, fuck Aku no Hana. Like, okay, that's great. Why don't you make your own top 10 list then? Give me your thoughts on the 10 series that I gave in my list, and maybe chuck in a couple of series that I may have forgotten or maybe deserve to be on the top 10 list. It's always great hearing what you guys think of series, because like I said, this is my personal list, and everybody's list is going to be different because everybody's tastes are going to be different. So if you liked a particular series that wasn't on the list, or you didn't like a series that was on my list, then let me know all of that in the comments below. I am sorry that I couldn't make a first impressions video for the current season, the fall 2013 anime season. I was just way too busy with my personal stuff, as you guys would know, and unfortunately I can't make a top 10 series for this season and an overall thoughts for this season because, again, of personal reasons that I will talk about in my later video that's coming out this week. So it's a very important video, so you guys should probably watch it. If you're watching this in the future, then just ignore this message. But if you're watching it like within the vicinity, within the space of a week, then look out for that video. Anyways, that's it, guys. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banter, and I'll see you guys soon. Keep watching anime. じゃあね。